This young, exciting roster, you think about a generational player in Caitlin Clark and back-to-back Rookie of the Years with Aliyah Boston. Kelsey Mitchell, I think, had the best year of her career. I mean, this is a franchise in the Indiana Fever, Indiana Pacers that's in my DNA. Grew up in Indiana, played in Indiana, played with the franchise, of course, a part of the franchise when we won the WNBA championship. It's just an exciting roster. What an outstanding moment we have in women's basketball right now, and to come back and be a part of it in my home state with my home franchise, it's just a unique opportunity, and I'm so thankful and grateful for it.
The greatest duo of all time. That's what Stephanie White called Caitlin Clark and Aliyah Boston. Not great for rookies, not great for the WNBA, the greatest. Period. Now, you might be thinking, that's a bit much, right? But hold on, White's not just any coach. She's got a championship ring, and she's seen some of the best to ever play. So when she makes a statement like that, we've got to ask, what does she see that we don't? And more importantly, what's she planning to do with all that talent? You know what's crazy? Stephanie White isn't just any coach. She's Indiana basketball through and through. Let's talk about her playing days. This woman was an absolute legend in high school, lighting up courts across the state. Then she takes her game to Purdue and becomes a college star. We're talking All-American honors, Big Ten Player of the Year. White was unstoppable, but that's just the beginning. After college, she joins the Fever as a player. Can you imagine? Playing for your hometown team in the pros? That's the dream. But White's story doesn't stop there. Oh no, it gets even better. Fast forward a few years, and White becomes an assistant coach for the Fever.
This is who she is. I mean, she's one of the most elite competitors I've ever been around. And the only other competitor that I can compare her to is Tamika Catchings.
You know, they make quicker reads and play with a lot more rhythm, better timing, and multiple weapons on the floor. I mean, and it's a team that's playing with a lot of confidence.
The way that she approaches the game, her professionalism. It was big. It was exciting. It was one of the most exciting things for me that I wanted to happen tonight.
And guess what? They win the championship in 2012. That's right, she goes from playing for Indiana to coaching them to a title. It's like something out of a movie, right? Now, here's where it gets really interesting. White's back as head coach of the Fever. It's like the basketball gods decided to write the perfect script. But here's the thing, White's not here for some feel-good homecoming story. She wants to win, and she wants to win big. So why is Stephanie White calling Clark and Boston the greatest duo of all time? Think about this for a second. White's seen the best. She's played with them, coached them, competed against them. When she says greatest, she means it. This isn't just hype or coach speak. Imagine this. You're Stephanie White. You've been in the game for decades. You've seen legends come and go. You know what greatness looks like up close. And now you're watching these two rookies, Clark and Boston, doing things you've never seen before. That's when you know you've got something special. White's not throwing around praise lightly. She's looking at Clark's court vision, her scoring ability, her leadership. She's seeing Boston's dominance in the paint, her defensive presence, her improvement from year 1 to year 2. And she's thinking, this is it. This is the duo that can change everything. So when Stephanie White calls them the greatest, you better believe she means it.
Out of the bubble, so to speak, the WNBA has continued with positive momentum. I think Caitlin Clark will choose the WNBA and the longevity of her career in the WNBA, but what an outstanding opportunity it is. I think it's really incredible, not just the offers that she's getting from multiple avenues, but the momentum that women's basketball has gotten. I didn't have the benefit of the momentum that women's basketball has gained. And I think that this class in particular, this time for women's sports and women's basketball, it's just been the perfect storm. And
she's not just looking at what they can do now. She's seeing their potential, what they could become with the right guidance. And guess what? She's the one who's going to guide them. The rest of the league better watch out because the Fever are coming. You think you've seen dynamic duos before? Think again. What if I told you there's a pair of players who are rewriting the WNBA playbook before they've even hit their prime? Caitlin Clark and Aliyah Boston aren't just good. They're changing the game. And here's the kicker. They're just getting started. Let's talk about Caitlin Clark. This rookie is playing like she's been in the league for years. You won't believe the numbers. 19.2 points, 8.4 assists, 5.7 rebounds per game. as a rookie. That's not normal, folks. It's like she stepped onto the court and said, yeah, I belong here. And get this, she broke 62 records in her first season. 62! Most players are happy to break one or two, but Clark, she's out here shattering expectations left and right. But Clark's not alone in this basketball revolution. Enter Aliyah Boston. This woman is a force of nature in the paint. In her second year, she's putting up 14 points, 8.9 rebounds, and 3.2 assists per game. The improvement from her rookie year? It's insane. It's like she went into the offseason and came back as a whole new player. Together, they're the second best scoring duo in the league, only behind Wilson and Young. That's right, these youngsters are giving the veterans a run for their money. But it's not just about the points, it's how they play together. Imagine this, Clark dribbling down the court, eyes scanning for an opening. Suddenly, she whips a behind-the-back pass to Boston, who's already in position. Boom, 2 points. It's like they can read each other's minds. You know what's crazy? Their coach, Stephanie White, says they have this unique understanding of each other's movements. Caitlin knows where Aliyah Boston's going to be, and Aliyah Boston knows where Caitlin's going to be. It's like they've been playing together for years, not just a few months. So what's the secret behind Aliyah Boston's dominance in the paint? It's not just strength. Sure, she's powerful, but there's more to it. It's her court vision, her ability to find teammates. She's like a point guard in a center's body. You think you've got her boxed in? Nope. She'll find the open player faster than you can blink. And Clark? People are comparing her court vision to Magic Johnson. Yeah, that Magic Johnson. She's creating opportunities out of thin air, making plays that leave everyone scratching their heads wondering, how did she do that? This duo isn't just good, they're not just great. According to White, they are going to be the greatest duo of all time, not just in the WNBA, but in the entire sport. That's a bold statement, but watching these two play, you start to believe it. The rest of the league better watch out, because Clark and Boston are here to stay, and they're only going to get better. All right, so Clark and Boston are tearing it up, but here's the million-dollar question. Can they actually win it all? Enter Stephanie White. She's not just building a team, she's crafting a championship blueprint that's so crazy it might just work. Want to know what it is? Let's talk about White for a second. This woman isn't just a great player or coach. She's a champion. She knows what it takes to win it all, and now she's bringing that knowledge to this young team. Imagine this. White's defensive mindset combined with Clark and Boston's offensive firepower. It's like mixing fire and ice. And the result? It's gonna be explosive. You know what's really wild? White's not just focused on her stars. She's talking about building a quality rotation, finding the right fit around her core. It's like she's putting together a puzzle, and every piece has to be perfect. But here's the kicker. She's not just looking at skills. She's looking for players who know their role and are ready to contribute. That's how you build a championship team, folks. And get this, White's emphasizing creativity on the court. She's not about running set plays all the time. Nope, she wants her players to read the game, to make decisions on the fly. It's like she's telling Clark, hey, you see something? Go for it. That's how you unlock a player's true potential. So how will Stephanie White's championship experience transform the Fever? It's not just about X's and O's, folks. It's about building a winning culture. It's about teaching these young stars how to be champions. White's been there, done that. She knows what it takes to win, and now she's passing that knowledge on to Clark and Boston. Imagine this. White's in practice, showing Clark how to read defenses like a pro. She's working with Boston on her footwork in the post. She's drilling the whole team on defense because she knows that's where championships are won. It's like she's molding these young players into a championship team right before our eyes. You know what's really exciting? White's not just thinking about next season. She's playing the long game. She's talking about hanging banners, creating a dynasty, and with Clark and Boston leading the charge, it's not just talk. The rest of the league better watch out because the Fever are coming, and they're coming fast. You think Clark and Boston are impressive now? Just wait. White's not just coaching these rookies, she's unlocking their superhuman potential. What happens when two generational talents reach their prime under a championship coach? It's about to get wild, folks. Let's talk about White's vision. She's not thinking small here. Oh no, she's got her eyes on the big prize. We're talking championships, multiple banners hanging from the rafters, and with Clark and Boston leading the charge, it's not just a pipe dream. Imagine this. Clark's already breaking records left and right. Boston's dominating the paint like she's been in the league for years. Now picture them in a few seasons with White's guidance hitting their prime together. It's like watching a superhero origin story, but it's happening right in front of us on the basketball court. You know what's really exciting? White's not just focused on her dynamic duo. She's talking about building a quality rotation around them. It's like she's assembling the Avengers of basketball. She's looking for players who know their roles, who can contribute right away. That's how you build a dynasty, folks. And get this, White's emphasizing creativity on the court. She's not about running the same old plays. No way. She wants her players to read the game, to make decisions on the fly. It's like she's telling Clark, see an opening? Take it. That's how you unleash a player's true potential. So can Clark and Boston's chemistry on the court lead to a championship? With White's guidance, their insane talent, and their growing connection? It's not a question of if, but when. These two aren't just playing together, they're thinking together. White says they know where each other's going to be before they even move. That's next level stuff right there. The rest of the league, they're on notice. The Fever are coming, and they're coming fast. White's not just building a team, she's creating a basketball revolution. She's talking about hanging banners in this building. And you know what? With Clark and Boston leading the charge, it's not just talk. Get ready, WNBA fans. The Fever are about to become the team everyone fears to face. They're not just going to win games, they're going to change the way the game is played. It's like watching basketball evolve right before our eyes. And the best part? This is just the beginning. The future isn't just bright for the Fever, it's blinding. Let's talk about what's happening with the Indiana Fever. It's not just about building a team anymore. They're creating something bigger, something that'll leave a mark on the WNBA for years to come. You know what's crazy? With Stephanie White at the helm and Clark and Boston on the court, Indiana's not just back in the game. They're changing the whole playbook. White's calling these two generational players, and she's not kidding around. She's talking about setting the bar so high that other teams will be playing catch-up for years. Imagine this. The Fever, once struggling, are now on the brink of something huge. They've got back-to-back #1 picks. They're in the playoffs for the first time in 7 years, and they're just getting started. The rest of the league better watch out, because the Fever are bringing the heat, and nothing's gonna be the same after this. It's not just about winning games anymore. It's about changing the game itself.